I didn't want to make this video. I wish that I could just continue creating content around some of my favorite creators and go into 2023 with a different mindset and continue to praise these people, but I literally can't. I can't in good conscience, and I've been going to bed every night for like the past couple of months just thinking about what I was going to say, how I was going to address the audience, and I need to speak my mind. I need to speak my mind and I need to tell y'all how I feel about this entire thing and put context around how I feel like a lot of people in the fandom feel, but it seems like not enough people are willing to talk about it. So I've been a big Dream SMP supporter. I've been a major Dream SMP contributor. I have reacted to the videos surrounding the lore. I've gotten merch from people. I've gotten merch for people. I am deeply a part of fandom community in so many different ways, whether it's me appearing on camera and just saying how much I love the writing and the acting and the things that happen within the Dream SMP and the events, or if I'm just on camera screaming Minecraft Manhunt time because I'm such a huge fan of Dream. Well, back in October, right around his face reveal, some allegations surfaced from several different people within the community. Allegations that in the beginning I really was not taking too seriously. Unfortunately, when you get to the size that Dream is at when it comes to the platform, you're going to get a lot of people who are looking for an opportunity to drag his name through the mud for internet clicks and clout. If you notice, I'm not going to put his name in the title. I'm not going to put his name anywhere in the tags or the description. And I'm not going to use his face in the thumbnail. And that's literally just out of respect to him, just in case, these allegations are proven to be false. Right now, they're leaning more towards the allegations being proven to be true. At least several different things have been proven to be true. And there's a lot of holes in Dream's entire story, but we're going to get into all of that. There were several different people that were in my community that sent me the allegations and sent me the person. The person's name is Amanda. Unfortunately, they may be a victim of irresponsible behavior, if not grooming. Grooming on the most extreme side of what it seems to be these allegations are surrounding, and then on the more center side, irresponsible behavior, and maybe on the more other side of it of Dream being innocent, just foolery, because at the end of the day there are all kinds of things that Dream said that he did not do that now are coming to the light, that we're seeing proof that he literally lied about, and because of that it's caused a big rift in his community. We're seeing two extreme sides. We're seeing the extreme side of people who are fans who are who literally attacked Amanda and attacked other people from coming forward, and it made it difficult for other people, if there are more people, to come forward. And then we're seeing the extreme side of the antis that are pressuring all the content creators surrounding the Dream SMP to talk about it and to drop the Dream SMP and to condemn Dream. I just felt like I couldn't go into 2023. I couldn't continue to create videos without addressing the situation in some way, because I play a role as someone who is a figure of the standum that has a platform, that has a voice. First, before I dive into the allegations, I just want to say that this has drastically derailed my motivation to create content. It's hurt my ability to continue to feel a type of way about creating content, and overall has just soured my opinion of content creators in general. All right, we're going to get into the allegations. I got a great thread here that put the details in order and organize them in a way that will be very easy to digest for people. And I'm going to try my best to go through them. And then after that, I will give you all my opinion on the entire thing. This thread was created by Rocks Unlocked. It says trigger warning grooming. Thread clearing up misinformation about the Dream situation and one of its victims, Amanda. using all the hashtags so people see this. I'm blocked by some dream stands, so feel free to screenshot any of this and repost it anytime so more people see it. This is just all the correct information found in one place, basically. Now on to the facts. Whew. One victim named Amanda came forward Friday, October 14th, with this tweet about dream grooming. Amanda, also at AlinMC1, said, "Here's my evidence. I was 17. He sent me a picture of his keyword and uh, a pic, um, a pic of him being gratified. I'll just put it that way. You can read it. I put it on the screen. He told me he has a chest full of toys, not the type of toys that you would normally see. I didn't save the messages on Snap because I wanted to trust me because he was my favorite YouTuber sexting me, which is exactly what groomers do." And there she provides evidence here. This is her going to her Instagram and showing that that dream, the official dream on Instagram, completely verified, did message her back on Instagram and told her to add his Snapchat, Dream Clay. I saw this when literally the day that she came out with this, and my first response to this was that it was fake. There's no way that this man would have a Snapchat named Dream Clay of all Snapchats. Also, mind you, I have him added on his Dream SMP Hangout. I had another Twitter account that I followed that was apparently his. I had like pretty much I followed pretty much all of the Dream Stan accounts for the most part that also covered everything Dream was doing at this time. To stay aware, I wanted to keep up on him. All right, I was a Dream Stan. Okay, in all intents and purposes, I don't know a better way to put it. You know, I really was keeping up on everything that was Dream Team related. So to find out that he had this Snapchat, and he already said what Snapchats he had, and he's mentioned it multiple times, all the accounts he had. This particular Snapchat account was just out of the blue. It sounded ridiculous. Dream Clay, why would he name himself that if he didn't want anyone to know his real name? All kinds of questions raised in my head, but immediately red flags. I was like, no, this chick is lying. There's no way. There's no way. So then she provides another bit of proof here. A video on an older phone of her messaging this Dream Clay person. Once again, I'm not convinced that this is Dream. Okay? I'm not convinced. This could be anybody with glasses and a hat. But if you notice right here, you can probably barely see it. It says that he's a Leo, okay? And that he has 46,000 Snapchat points. So this isn't some kind of burner Snapchat. It takes quite a bit to raise Snapchat points. And to be at 46,000 means that he had to have been using it quite a bit, at least over maybe the scope of like a year. Like, or I mean, obviously you can send a bunch of snaps, but regardless, this is someone who uses this account, right? This isn't just some burner throwaway that someone created to basically start a controversy. So I thought that was immediately weird. I thought, okay, there's an issue there. And then I thought, well, this is where my brain went. My brain went to, well, what if he has someone that is impersonating Dream, that's pretending to be Dream, that is going around soliciting minors for photos and is being weird and creepy on Dream's behalf. That would make sense to me since Dream didn't face reveal yet, so we don't know who could be behind the Snapchat account, right? It gets worse. Then Amanda went to TikTok and posted more about the situation in depth, giving her opinion on the entire situation.
Hi, I am not happy to be making this video, but I'm Amanda, and you might know me as one of the girls that was groomed by Dream. I do not blame anyone for not believing me. I wouldn't believe it either. I was a Dream stan, and that is why this happened. The Instagram DMs go from September 23rd, 2020 up until the beginning of January when he added me on his Snapchat. I don't know how to make you guys believe that this is real, but this is his account. This is the Dream account. This is him. You hit messages, it's him. You hit the top here, it's him. There's no editing this. This is real shit. I DM'd him in the end of 2020, telling him how much of like a supporter I have been and how much he makes me happy. And it started off very wholesome. We get down here to January. He tells me to add him on Snap, Dream Clay. I was a fan, so I had already had him on the Dream Public Snapchat. We all know that's his public Snapchat, is Dream
Mm-hmm.
Public. That's his private, Dream Clay. He told me to add him on it, so I added him.
There right there is already a red flag. That's a red flag, at least from a standpoint of like a irresponsible behavior from a creator. Okay. Now you could argue that a content creator sending someone their private Snapchat account for someone who is 18 is still somewhat irresponsible because of a power imbalance. But overall, I personally would not have been too upset at this entire situation if I found out that Dream had a private snap and he did this with someone who was of legal age. You know, I still would have been kind of like, ooh, that's a little weird. It's a little weird to be doing that with your fans. I still stand by that. That's just my opinion. People have different opinions. That's okay. But if it were legal and the person were 18, I would have moved on. I don't even know if I would have even talked about this because what is there to talk about? You know? But she was not 18.
That's when everything starts to take off. And if you're questioning the gap between 2020 and 2021, like the end of 2021 into 2022, it's because I had a boyfriend, so I stopped messaging him. So the first Snapchat is January 17th, got that 500 snap score. And then you can clearly tell that from the 17th to my birthday, I didn't save any messages. And this is because I wanted him to trust me. I thought that I was genuinely building a bond with my favorite YouTuber.
Honestly, and that right there is believable. That's my problem. It's believable that she would want him to trust her. It's believable that she would stop saving the messages from him. I mean, you could argue that on one hand, if she was looking to expose him, that she should just saved whatever she could and started using another phone to take pictures or whatever to expose him. Sure, but I think that she literally truly believed that Dream cared about her, and wanted to facilitate a type of relationship. She chose not to save certain things so that she wouldn't tip him off to the fact that she is monitoring this conversation. She recognizes that there are some things that are probably not the greatest about it.
And boy, was I wrong. That's what grooming is. Content creators make you feel important and take stuff out of you because they know that you're not going to do anything. The only reason I'm speaking up about this is because someone else did, or else I never would be posting any of this. So from the 17th to maybe February.
Now, the someone else that Amanda is talking about is another person who threw out allegations that were proven to be false. Okay, so that's part of the issue too with this whole situation. The first person that came out got shut down by all of the Dream stands so quickly because there were things that she said literally that just did not line up with anything that we know, right? It just did not line up at all. And she got shut down. And because she got shut down so hard, it made actual victims not want to come forward.
February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting. He sent me a picture of his penis, and he sent me a picture of him nutting to me. I clearly sent him stuff as well.
Oh no. She said she sent him stuff as well, which would mean that at some point, Dream could have potentially received literal CP from this person. Like, it's actually wild to me. This one part that she mentioned, a part of her testimony, is not being talked about at all. Like, the people that I've seen cover the situation, like, basically glossed over that.
I informed him that I was coming to Orlando in August, and it was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house. He told me that he has a chest full of sex toys that he was going to use on me. And to top it all off, he blocked me after seeing my tweet. You want evidence for that? Here it is.
And this was, I actually asked her for evidence. At this point, I had reached out to her back in October. I don't know if my message will show up somewhere over here, but I reached out because I knew that a lot of people were reaching out and people were coming to me with this information, asking me like, "Hey, is this true? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this?" And I didn't even have answers for them. I told them that I wanted to wait for more evidence to surface before I could make a real definitive opinion on it. And I gave this a couple of months. I really did. I waited. Obviously, we're in December now, and I can't get this entire situation off of my mind, and I can't move forward.
He blocked me. Gone.
Blocked. There it is. Right after this happened, he blocked her so that she couldn't see any more of the things, the messages between them and stuff like that, so there wouldn't be any more evidence.
Not responding to bullshit comments. You believe me or you don't.
And then also the TikToks were taken down. These are people. Now they asked her to do this because her Instagram looked a little different than my Instagram. So people were like, "Hey, we just need you to check this one more time to make sure she's not faking DMs." The actual dream goes the message, and boom, there are the messages. Then another part of the proof. I'm just displaying all this because all this is important. We need
info button.
Boom,
Not a fucking
info
group
button.
Chat.
There. It's not a group chat. It's
Not
actually
a
him.
Group chat. Sorry to break it to y'all.
Now, after this happened, basically it turned into this thing where Amanda was cross-examined by the entire internet. Okay? People were looking into her entire history. They were digging up tweets that she's made, weird tweets that she's sent to Bad Boy Halo as a fan that were sexual. Just everything that's within her behavior within the last couple of years just got put on display. And she had to answer for a lot of it. But I'll tell you right now, there wasn't a single thing that I saw Amanda do that like justifies what happened to her, that changes her testimony or has anything to do with these allegations whatsoever. The one thing that I thought was a little strange was the birthday thing. People basically saying that, hey, she lied about her birthday. She wasn't actually under the age of 18 at the time, but she ended up proving that she was under the age of 18. She proved it. All right, this is enough proof to prove that she was under the age of 18. Now, did she tell Dream that she was under the age of 18? That's debatable. It's debatable. I'm not entirely sure. But here's a timeline of events that looks like it was put together by a person named Froggy. First interaction was in September 23rd, 2020. Dream was 21 years old. Amanda was 16. Okay? There's a gap because Amanda ended up having a boyfriend. She decided not to message Dream back in between September 2020 and throughout 2021. And then she hits up Dream again January 17th, 2022. Now, at this point, Amanda is still 17. She's still 17, and Dream is 22 now. And Dream gives Amanda his private Snapchat. All right? That's when all the stuff, apparently, that we're getting, all these allegations, that's when all of it happened. It was in between January 17th and February 17th, okay? February 17th is when Amanda's birthday happened, so she turned 18. That was when, if Dream wanted to do all this weird stuff, after that date was technically legal for him to do all this weird stuff. It was legal. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's legal. Amanda got a new boyfriend in April 2022, and this is, from what I understand, when things started to cease between them. All right, and then it turned into this entire thing where Amanda was accused of stealing another person's story. I came across this too. People sent this to me. But this is all that I saw of this. The person's name is @Napslep. Their name is Avril. They basically said, hey, the Snapchat screenshots are fake and she's copying the experience I went through and I'm losing my mind. The only problem with her claiming this is that she didn't give any proof to back up her claims. She alleged that this person was stealing her story, but she didn't provide any proof that that's the case. And the Snapchat things were as real as we could possibly get. I don't know how you're supposed to fake a Snapchat interaction to that extent. After a person named Avril came out basically saying that Amanda was lying about the story and that she took her story, Amanda came out with a statement saying that they were going to leave it to the justice system. And that's basically where we're at now. Dream, you effed up. I am now getting the law involved, the picture messages, everything. Consider one last time telling the truth before I contact the police or for receipts of your pictures, etc. This is effing serious crap you're denying, and it happened to me. Doing what's right, leave me alone, not using Twitter till I have everything I need figured out. Could be days, be patient. I do not have the power or physical evidence to do anything right now. It's a process. Thank you all for advising me to do what's right. And the picture was her of like what looked to be like a police office. Why did Amanda post this online instead of going directly to the police? Legal action is not enough. The public needs to be aware of this, especially because Dream's fan base consists largely of teenage girls like the ones he sexted. His fans need to know about this because there's a risk of the same thing happening to them. It's very true. That's part of the reason why she came out with this publicly. You know, there's one side of this of people saying like she did all this for clout, but I don't see any like if I'm being crude here, an OnlyFans link or like a link to some Shopify product or something, or like a GoFundMe, nothing that would suggest that she has an ulterior motive to farm clout, right? A lot of times when people do this, there's an opportunistic method there that would make sense for them to funnel the traffic. All right. Now, we're going to go into the Dream twit longer. All right. So now, this is Dream's half-baked apology and a way of him addressing the allegations, because it had gotten so bad that he was trending literally for days and people were demanding something, some kind of response. And this is what we got. At first, he gave us a response of like, hey, I'm not about to let this kill my trip to VidCon or something like that. Like, I'm in LA. Like, don't bother me with this BS. And that made sense when it came to the fake allegations that the first person came up with, but not to these allegations. And his response looked awful. It made him look, in my opinion, like a worse content creator than I was really expecting. His response was not one of someone that took anything seriously. It was one of someone that was trying to swat away a fly. Like, this was all just an annoyance to him. I'm sorry for the late post and reply. I know it has been overwhelming and that the uncertainty is horrible in situations like this. I've been in a ton of scheduled meetings for the first time in my life this week, and I've had so little time to check the internet that I actually excused myself to use the bathroom during a meeting to check what was happening online. But I'm trying to write this post before my fight to get truthful, I think he meant flight, to get truthful information out there. This whole first paragraph or whatever, he's basically making himself the victim, okay? He's taking the power away from the person who exposed him for this behavior and is now making himself the victim in this situation. Like, the messages that he's receiving from people online somehow equates to the actual literal abuse that he may have committed towards another person. I'm going to be extremely specific and straightforward as it's a sensitive topic that I'm taking seriously and clarifying what's true and what isn't. The best thing I can do and what I want to do is always be 100% transparent when it comes to something as important as this. So, terrible statement. Once again, he's saying, I'm going to be serious now. I'm going to treat this like a sensitive topic, and I'm going to be honest. All of him saying these different things mean absolutely nothing for us. You want to know why? Because we expect this from you from the beginning, okay? I expected this from you from jump. I wanted this from you from jump. You don't need to tell me in this thing that you're going to be 100% transparent. You should have been 100% transparent from the beginning. When you put this in here, it makes you come off as someone who is not being 100% transparent. It makes you come off like you don't care about this topic and you're not trying to treat it seriously. This infuriated me when I first read this. I got so angry because, once again, this is someone who is not displaying the behavior of someone who is taking this particular situation serious. And if you are someone who has false, complete BS allegations against you, you need to at least hear the victim's side and hear what they're trying to say so you can counter argue it, right? He isn't even doing that. Yesterday, a thread was posted that had screenshots of Twitter DMs from me from 2020. I believe these DMs are real. What do you mean you believe these DMs are real? What kind of question is, like, what kind of statement is this? Just say just say you DM the person. Unless Dream has some kind of substance abuse problem that has been disguised this entire time that we aren't aware of, that just causes memory lapse in memory, there's no kind of question of whether or not the DMs are real or not if you've done them. In these DMs, there are no inappropriate comments whatsoever. It was just friendly conversation. In these screenshots, them being 18 years old is mentioned in their bio. I also very clearly asked them for their age. I did not act inappropriately with this person, and any attempt to equate these messages to grooming is not only disgusting, but it's insulting to victims who actually experience grooming and still trauma as a result. Part of this thread includes cringy flirt text messages, again, when they were 18, that were supposedly from me because it says it is from their account text when they go to TikTok. This is impossible since I use a Google Voice number on my TikTok. The other information is false. So this is him disproving the first victim. And once again, we need to be aware of what he's doing when he does this. Okay? The first victim that came out with false allegations. He's including this in this reply to muddy the waters. He didn't even have to address this person if he knew that this other person was 100% fake, but he does disprove what they're doing here, which is fine, but it also muddies the waters a little bit because it makes the next person that we're going to come across, which is Amanda, their story in his tweet longer, also look kind of false because he threw this in here. The second thread had Instagram DMs from me, again, having friendly, normal conversation and nothing inappropriate. I believe these messages are real as well. Once again, she was 18 years old, said she was 18 years old, and even had a boyfriend while she was friendly with me. This being warped, no, that's wrong. So if we go back to the timeline, she didn't have a boyfriend when she was talking with Dream. That was before she got a boyfriend, okay? If we go back to the timeline. This is being warped into me being a groomer, and the fact that she is and was 18 is scary and sad, and a huge reason as to why it is so hard to interact with no one, with one-on-one with anybody online as a creator, especially people within your communities. This is a good reason for why you shouldn't. And it's funny he mentions that. It's interesting that he says that, but also realize how he's using this here. He's using it once again as like a poor me, I'm the victim type of guy. Like this girl somehow was a predator towards him, preyed on him, and forced him to basically interact with him inappropriately. No, you're not a victim, Dream. You cannot run away from this like that. No. I did not engage inappropriately with her, and anything saying otherwise is completely false. As far as I've seen, she was involved with leaked Twitter, and so was the first poster's boyfriend, which seems to be a trend in situations like this. But it's mostly being contained to their side of the internet other than during big moments, like the face reveal or major streams and events. So this accusation is huge, right? Because he's basically saying you're a part of a group of people on the internet that doxed me or doxed other people, and that's not okay. And that's part of the reason why, you're full of crap. You probably made up this part of the story to get me ruined because you're an auntie, which is super conspiracy. By the way, he provides no proof of this. Okay? When it comes to Amanda, with her allegations, she provided at least proof that this Snapchat exists, that no one knew about, that's real, that he added her to it, that they had a conversation back and forth on Snapchat. And in the messages that she saved, there are some messages that seem a little weird. But he can throw out an allegation that she's a part of leaked Twitter without providing any proof whatsoever. We're just supposed to take it face value based on his words, right? Because he's Dream. Having such a deep obsession towards someone to look deeply into their family, friends, and personal life, or making up relationships or friendships in your head is one of the biggest reasons parasocial relationships can become so dangerous. It's also one of the reasons why creators need to be as responsible as they can be and be careful when they interact with anybody. I've always done my absolute best to make sure that no one is ever uncomfortable with the way that I treat them, publicly or privately, and make an effort to make amends if I ever do something that someone doesn't like. I've always made sure to have someone else have access to my public Snapchat, and in 2020 had them completely run the account while sending me art and cool messages. So this doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, right? We don't care. Why do we care about anybody having access to your public Snapchat? That's not what we're talking about. As for why I think this is happening now, I recently made the decision to not use my old Snapchat and to make a new Snapchat that I only have the people that I'm actually friends with and actively talk to on. And this seems to have potentially struck a chord with people that I just casually talked with for not talking to them anymore. Now, when he says this, he implies that there could be others. And in my mind, when I saw that Snapchat score of 46,000, the first thing I thought was there likely are other people. That was something that kept bothering me, and part of the reason why I waited to make this video, just in case in the next couple of months, if someone else might come forward with more concrete evidence. So his reasoning is that all of this is coming up because he did the face reveal and he stopped interacting with people on his old Snapchat. So now they're trying to come at him with these allegations to take down his career, which sounds like a huge conspiracy and sounds ridiculous. One of the reasons I made this decision is because someone I knew when I was first making content completely lied about how close we were and used friendly DMs to tie into her unhealthy fantasy. Okay. Oof, we're almost through this twit longer in the allegations, I swear. I've almost completely stopped replying to DMs from fans, random people, and old friends due to situations like this and out of fear from stuff that has happened in the past to my friends and those close to me. My team has had access to my social accounts from as long as I can remember in an effort to always stay on the side of caution given the size of my platform and inevitable falsely spread situations like this. This is him basically saying, all right, look, this isn't going to happen again because I gave a lot of my bigger social media platforms to other people. Sure. All right. And we know that that's not true because his other dream secret account, he's constantly posting on and saying random stuff on there and stuff. So come on. This has all become so much more real and scary now that my face is out there for people to see. And I need to address this all. I will also, based on your advice, pursue legal action towards people using my name to spread disinformation for those that are misinterpreting facts, lying, faking things, or falsely abusing my name and image. He basically threatens to sue any future victims. He basically threatens to sue everybody. My heart goes out to actual victims of and grooming, and again, I'm extremely sorry that it took as long as it did for me to reply. So when he uses that word, the P word, right, this is all for all the information I have, but like past situations involving me, I know people are going to run with whatever that fits their narrative best. If this isn't enough, at least we're on the same level of knowing. I hope everyone gets some rest and tries to step back from everything, as it can all be super overwhelming. This isn't pretending to care about his audience. That is definitely what I need to do, and I need to sleep for the first time in 10 days. It was amazing. Now he's a victim. He hasn't slept in 10 days. It was amazing meeting so many of you at TwitchCon, and I'm trying my best to stay positive. And that's how it ends. Not a real apology for anything. This was disappointing, in my opinion, to say the least. I don't feel like he genuinely cares about any of this. Honestly, his actions in the last couple of months has only really solidified that opinion. I hate to say it, but I don't think he truly cares. And it's really, really unfortunate for me to see that because it completely changed my opinion of him. He lied so many times before. I was willing to rock with him after he lied about the cheating allegations with the speed run and, finally came forth basically a year later. He let all those people at the speed run, the moderators and everything, take basically a year of online abuse while he sat back and let that happen. I was willing to forgive that and let that part go. I didn't talk about it or anything. I kept it moving. Still was a Dream fan because I just felt like that entire situation could easily escape someone that is so young. When you're this young, you can easily make a mistake like that and not want to own up to it. And I was proud in a weird way of him finally addressing it and finally saying, yeah, okay, fine, I cheated. It was unintentional, but I cheated. He's lied about other things too, but this was the next thing. This was that one, for me, this took the cake. I can't stand a creator that constantly lies to their audience in this way and abuses their platform. And I can't support anything that this creator is involved in. I wish that I could be making this video from a happier place and tell y'all like, oh no, the allegations were proven wrong. But no, as of this moment in time, Amanda has gone radio silent. All the victims that came out before have gone radio silent on this situation. For the most part, this basically died down the last couple of months because people are now afraid to get sued. This is what I wish I could see happen. I want to see Dream actually address the allegations in video form and give actual proof to disprove some of these claims. If he can give something to show that, you know, he did not do anything that he's being accused of, we'll be in a different situation. And then maybe I can at least begin to forgive him for lying to his audience. At this very moment in time, it doesn't look like he's interested in disproving anything. It doesn't look like he's interested in addressing anything in a more serious form. It looks like he just wants to move on and create content and continue to do that. Just like I said to y'all, like I wasn't going to be doing reactions anymore. Um, I'm not going to be covering Dream anymore. I see no reason to cover Dream. I see no reason to cover the Dream S&P any further. And it's incredibly sad because I have friends that are deeply involved in the Dream S&P and are going to continue to probably make content around it. And I would have loved to have been able to talk about it and be a part of that world. But unfortunately, this situation is much worse than a lot of people are willing to accept. And I cannot genuinely support a creator who uses their platform in this way and then chooses to gaslight their entire audience in the way that he has. Let's say if we give him the benefit of the doubt and he didn't do what he's being accused of doing, the sexual aspects of that, right? He still lied. He still lied to his audience. He still lied to all of us about his involvement with his fans and this private Snapchat account. In my opinion, that's already enough for us to look at him sideways. There are a couple great videos that I've seen that covered this topic, but the most notable one that I want to mention is a video by Ro Ramden. She did a great job covering this entire situation and the intricacies of being a stan and being part of a community like this and dealing with a situation like this and part of the problems surrounding it and why this entire thing has gotten as confusing as it is. Please go check out that video. I may add a link that'll pop up in a card somewhere so you can check out her video about it. I have a whole other thing I've been writing, and it surrounds the creator Quedeca and their album I Didn't Mean to Haunt You, and just Quedeca in general. And that's something I've been working on for a long time. I don't know when that will come out, but that's the next thing that I'm working on, and I hope that y'all are somewhat excited to check that out. I apologize for being gone for so long, but I got a regular Monday through Friday now, and that has been very, very important in my life to take care of my family. So that's what I've been focusing my time on. I'll have more content for y'all soon. I appreciate everyone that are going to take this video positively. The people who feel like I didn't cover this properly or feel like my opinion is ill, please let me know in the comment section. I'm welcome and open to feedback on it. I get it. I understand if you're frustrated with me. If you're a stan of Dream and you're upset at this entire video, you can let me know too. But I had to get this off my chest and I had to speak openly and honestly with y'all, or I felt like I am basically living like a fraud. Thank you for hearing me out. I appreciate you sticking with the channel. And I will see everyone in the next video.